My name is Kristen Bruner. I am here because my son, Eddie, went through Charlie Health. He's coming into his adolescence and was in a dark place. And so my husband and I didn't know how to handle it. Things that made it all that much more complicated were the fact that he's autistic, so he doesn't always know how to process what's going on in his head. It just brings a whole nother level of communication issues and trying to help him process what he was feeling, what he was thinking. We weren't able to do that on our own, and so we needed help. He was making a lot of expressions or vocalizations of wanting to hurt himself, wanting to kill himself. So he was dealing with suicidal ideation. He was doing this. He was constantly saying, well, I'm not going to. I want to. I don't think I belong, but I'm not going to. Well, that changed. He went from just thinking about, I'm never going to do this, to actually attempting. He ended up trying to choke himself once, and then like 3 days after that he tried again, and then 3 days after that I walked in and he was trying it again. And I will never be able to get that image of him hurting himself and in the act of what I was walking into. And I ended up taking him to Texas Children's here in Houston, and they wanted to put him in an inpatient facility. And the dilemma is well, he's autistic. he has a lot of things. When you go into an inpatient facility, you don't get your stuffy that you've had since you were an infant. You don't get your calming mechanisms, your weighted blanket. You don't get any of those things because you're institutionalized. And so I had a conversation with the social worker at Texas Children's, and I said, look, the inpatient is not going to be an option. It's going to do more damage. How can we get him the help that he needs? And she was the one who put me in contact with Charlie Health. I was skeptical, not so much on the therapeutic side of it. I was more skeptical on the autism side of it. I was skeptical of, is this going to be the right fit for him? Is this going to be the right program? And that skepticism disappeared as soon as I found out that there was specific groups for neurodivergence. That was priceless. That's something that I have never found in any other kind of program for therapy purposes. He was able to be in a group with other neurodivergent individuals that are similar in age, similar in ways of thinking, how they see the world, how they're perceived in the world. And that medication therapeutics in conjunction with the group therapy has brought my kid back to me. Prior to all of this, prior to his episodes of just self-doubt, depression, he would do things like draw, he would dance, he would go out and socialize with people, he would communicate. It was awesome. And then he went down this path of shutting down to the world. He stopped drawing, which is crazy because he absolutely loves to draw, or at least he used to. Through the therapeutics, through the group therapy, the individual therapy, and the medication, he's drawing again. He's dancing again. He's going out and being social and trying to make friends again. There's no freakouts when we go to someplace like church or the store. He's comfortable, which is phenomenal. So I would say to any parent who is concerned or skeptic as to if it would help, for me, it was a lifesaver. I was drowning in the sense that I had no idea how to help my kid. But Charlie Health threw me that lifesaver. They also provided family supports, and they had a support group specifically for adolescents with challenging behaviors. And they had a support group for autistic or neurodivergent individuals. So it wasn't just him getting that help, it was also me and the family. Because I did it, my husband went through and joined some of the groups, my mother, my mother-in-law, everybody who supports my son was involved in those extra programming.